Hey guys, it's Flip. I've made 14 different how-to maintenance videos on my Cub Cadet mower, but I've never actually done a full review. So after 70 hours of use over almost 4 years, that's what I'm going to do now. So I bought this mower on May 25th, 2022, and here's the yard I've been cutting with it all that time. It's about 3/4 of an acre, including the side and front yards. I'd say I've cut it once a week or so for almost 4 seasons now. So first off, the model number. If you ever wanted to know where the model number is, it's right here under the seat. All you have to do is flip this seat up, and it is right here. You can see there is a model number right here, and then your date of manufacture is right here, 3/22. You can also find basic information like model number if you lift up your hood. There is a sticker right here with model number and a lot of part numbers. So one thing to point out, I know the same XT1 Cub Cadet LT46 mowers that are in the stores right now actually have a few slightly different features, actually less features I should say, than this model, and I'll go over those differences towards the end of the video, along with my list of pros and cons after 70 hours of use. But first I'm going to go over the specs and the features of this machine. So I'm just going to start up at the front and kind of work my way around, and I'll finish with the dashboard and controls. So it has Turf Saver tires. These are the original tires, going on 3.5, almost 4 full mowing seasons right now. It has 2 grease zerks by each wheel. You've got one on the inside of the wheel right here on this plastic bushing, and then you have one right here on the spindle that helps with steering, and I've got a video on how to do all that. And here is your steering rod right here. Here's one of your 2 spark plugs. I've got a video on changing those. You can also take the hood off really easily. I've got a video on how to do that as well. It's got rubber floor mats to help prevent slipping, and then here's your forward reverse pedal because it has that hydrostatic transmission. Here on this side you have your deck lift lever to adjust your cutting height to any of the 12 cutting positions from 1 inch up to 4 inches, and then you have your manual PTO. You just push that forward to engage your blades. It's got a 15-inch seat with a seat adjustment lever on the side. It also has a safety switch on the seat. You have to engage the parking brake to get out of the seat with the engine running, and you can't get out of the seat at all with the PTO engaged. So then under the seat you have a 12-volt battery, and this battery is kind of a sore subject. It's an AGM battery, which is advertised to last longer than a lead acid battery, but it's just not adding up in my mind. Mine only lasted 2 years, and I did a video about swapping out this battery, and last time I checked, I think I had 125 comments on that video, with most of those people saying the same thing about this battery. A bunch of people even commented that theirs only lasted 1 year, which is ridiculous. The only thing that makes sense to me is it had to be some kind of a cost saver for the company, or somebody got some kind of kickback or something for switching to these AGM batteries, because I'm not hearing many people having positive experience with them. Plus you need a special charger for an AGM battery, so that's one more thing you have to buy. You can't use a standard trickle charger. An actual quote on the Cub Cadet website is that the durable and compact AGM battery delivers a premium experience with a longer lifespan and lower maintenance compared to traditional lead acid wet batteries, and improved starting performance for reliable starting season to season. Mine only lasts 2 seasons, and a lot of people are saying it only lasted them 1 season. So let me know in the comments below what your experience has been with these AGM batteries. So as I mentioned before, it has a hydrostatic transmission that is maintenance free. You have a transmission bypass rod right here. If you need to push the mower, you can just pull that out and then push it. And it's also got a tow hitch on the back that I like to use to tow around my dump cart. On this side you have a cup holder and storage tray. The deck is a 46-inch stamped deck. It has a water port to help clean under the deck. I personally don't use that a whole lot. I just like to manually clean it. I have a video on how to level the deck and how to remove the deck if you need those. I have not had to swap out any of the pulleys or the deck belt or drive belts. I have changed the blades, and I have a video on that. So now for the dash and controls. So first of all, it has an hour meter right here. So you can see mine is at 69.5. I'm just going to call it 70 hours for the sake of the video. This will obviously tell you how many hours you have on the mower, but it'll also remind you of maintenance intervals and tell you when the battery is low. Here on the left is your throttle slash choke control lever. One thing that has changed in the last couple years, I was up at Home Depot looking at these, and I know the newer models actually have a separate throttle and choke control. I know that was the case last year. I saw some up there like that, and this year they're like that as well. Here's a shot I took up at Home Depot the other day to show you what that looks like. You will also notice that the newer ones do not have hour meters, which is disappointing. This is your parking brake and cruise control lever. It has a keyed ignition with reverse caution mode, which allows you to mow in reverse. To mow in reverse, you just turn that key to the yellow area and press that reverse caution mode button. Then an indicator light will come on and you will know that you can mow in reverse. Here on the left is your brake pedal. It comes with an oil drain valve right here and an oil drain tube to help with draining the oil. I've got a video on that. Here is your oil filter and your oil dipstick where you will add your oil. Right here is your fuel filter. Your air filter is up here. And then you have a sticker right here which will tell you the model number of your engine. Mine is Kohler model KT730. This is a 7000 series engine that is 23 horsepower and it's got a 3-year warranty. Right here is your gas tank. It holds 3 gallons. It doesn't have any kind of a fuel gauge, but you can see right here part of the tank is exposed so you can see how much gas you have. And then on the front you've got LED headlights that stay on all the time. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is show you the mower in action, and while I do that, I'm going to go over what are the differences between this XT1 Enduro series model that is typically sold at the big box stores and the XT2 Enduro series, which is sold at the dealers. Then I will go over the pros and cons of this XT1 model after 70 hours of use. So this is my XT1 LT46. LT stands for lawn tractor. So I've tried to take pretty good care of it over the last 4 years. Of course I do all the maintenance and I store it in my garage. So when it comes to the similarities between the XT1 and XT2, some of them are they both have a 3-year warranty. They both have a top forward speed of 5.5 miles per hour. They both have the aluminum housing on the transmission, and neither one have a fuel gauge. Now when it comes to the differences, the most obvious one is the price. The XT1s you can get at the big box stores or the dealers and they cost around $2,700. The XT2s are only sold at the dealers and cost around $3,600. Features that the XT2s have that the XT1s do not. The XT2s have the soft touch steering wheel and the armrests. They have up to 25 horsepower Kohler engines instead of 22 or 23. They have the electric PTO instead of manual. They have actual front wheel bearings instead of plastic bushings. They come with a steel bumper and brush guard, and they have the fabricated deck instead of the stamped. Both the XT1 and the XT2 have the same turning radius, which is 16 inches. So you're not going to be able to turn as tightly around objects as you would with a zero turn, obviously, but no lawn tractor is. But overall, I feel like the turning radius with this lawn tractor is very good. It kind of just is what it is. With tractors, you're not going to be able to take corners as tightly, but they're more stable on hills. Alright, now for my pros and cons after 70 hours of use with this mower. So first of all, I will say that it runs well. It's never given me any issues as far as that goes, and it cuts great. Here's an example of some stripes that I put down with this mower. I feel like it lays really good stripes for a lawn tractor. It came with a 3-year warranty, and I didn't need that warranty at all during that time, so that's always a pro to me. I've taken good care of it, but holding up for 70 hours with no issues is obviously a positive. Also like that the gas tank is 3 gallons. I had a troy-bilt pony for a long time that had a tank that was only 1.3 gallons, and that was annoying, constantly filling the gas tank up. And then 3 big cons. First of all is that AGM battery. I don't need to go on and on about that again. I already went into that in full detail. Number 2 is the mulching kit. Now, I have never actually used a mulching kit, but a lot of people in the comments of my videos say that it does not seal tightly. So grass and leaves fly everywhere. If you've ever had that experience, let me know about it in the comments below, because like I said, I've never actually used it. Also, if you have any tips for improving its function to help people out, drop that in the comments below. And then con number 3 is you have the issue that the last couple of years they've been taking away some of the features on this same model. For example, removing that hour meter, so you are paying the same price or sometimes even more money for less features. But overall, I've been very happy with this over the years. I think it's a quality mower. I would buy it again. I think you can't go wrong with the XT1 or the XT2. If you want those added features, then get the XT2. But that's it. Hopefully this video helped you out if you are looking at mowers. If it did, please hit the like button for me and subscribe to my channel. I will put links to all my videos about this mower in the description below. Thanks for watching.